Welcome. This is Chapter 15, Tolbert, Lesson Number 3, Physical Science 2016. Families of elements are groups. Just like members of my family, elements of the periodic table share certain similarities. Like my family, we share great smiles. People in my family are also related to other members in the photo that you see here. You may notice that elements on the periodic table have different and also similar physical properties. Here are some of the metals. Notice that they are similar to each other, and yet they are still different. Metals are metals. The elements are good conductors of heat and electricity. Here is your metal grouping. Notice most of the periodic table is metals. All of these are your metals. Group 2, all the way through to and the bottom of the periodic table are all metals. Metals versus nonmetals. Nonmetals are elements that are usually poor conductors of heat and electricity. Here are some examples of our nonmetals. One of the ones that is important that you see, that I pointed out before, is hydrogen. Hydrogen is way on the other side of the periodic table. It is still a nonmetal. So let's look at where they are. These ones here are characterized by being on the right-hand side of the periodic table. Then you have those that are in between, these semiconductors, the elements that are intermediate conductors of heat and electricity, or they can conduct heat and electricity or other things based on certain conditions. Let's find the alkali metals. The alkali metals are highly reactive elements located in group 1 of the periodic table. What else is special? The alkali metals are all soft and silvery. Alkali metals chemistry is characterized by the loss of one electron to become a cation, a positive ion. At the bottom here you can see lithium wants to lose the one electron and become a positive ion. Because remember, it is easier to get rid of one electron than it is to gain 7. What about these alkali where they are? They're on the left-hand side of the periodic table. Alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals are harder and denser than alkali metals. The alkaline earth metals chemistry is characterized by the loss of 2 electrons. They're also in group number 2. They become a +2 cation. Are you seeing a trend? Here's where they're located. Halogens are highly reactive elements located in group 17 of the periodic table. The chemistry of halogens are characterized by the gaining of one electron to form an anion, or a negative ion. Fluorine is one of the most reactive substances known to man. Most halogens usually appear in nature as diatomic molecules. Di means 2, or 2 of the same atom. Here are some examples. F2Cl2, I2Br2. Some of these are really important to us, like chlorine. Chlorine is important, and this is why. The reaction between chlorine and water is very important to us. We use it in 98% of all water products and swimming pools. It produces an acid that is effective in killing bacteria. Hypochlorous acid. Hypochlorous acids can make contact with and invade bacterial cells. Once inside the bacteria, the hypochlorous acid wreaks havoc by chemically interacting with the protein, causing them to lose their complexity, causing them to lose stuff and start to break down. Here's where they're located. Noble gases, noble, group 18. They are all nonmetals and they're monoatomic, or they're all by themselves. But we force some of these to react. You might remember, as I said, fluorine was one of the most reactive elements known, and it is the only one that we've been able to bond with a noble gas. This is the end of lesson number 3. Please take the chapter 15, lesson number 3 quiz now.